I am so annoyed. I just did 5 minutes. Good morning, it's Barbara. I just did 5 minutes out here. This is the, and it's not so beautiful now, this is the gorgeous flowers that Russ and Pat brought almost 2 weeks ago. And they still look gorgeous. During the course of that 5 minutes, I discovered that these were in there and they look like brains. And I don't know what they are, but they're so cool. They're fuzzy. I don't know if you can see that they're fuzzy. And I am hoping they will dry. So I took them out of the water. Anyway, I had to move this outside because it was giving me a headache last night. When they brought these flowers, they did not bother me at all. I'm allergic to many scents. They did not bother me at all. But over the course of the next 12 days, as they start to die, they start giving off a fragrance. And I could not have them in the house after last night. So, sadly, but I have them out here and I can look at them and I'm going to see if these will dry. See if these will dry. If not, well, I wrecked the flower thing, but, you know, we're probably not going to be out here. I think Dennis is going to mow. The other thing I have out here is a sweater. I've soaked my socks. All my socks needed to be washed. I'm all like wearing the last clean pair. And so I soaked them in a couple of different containers. And now they're in the washer getting spun. But before I did that, I put this sweater in the washer on hand wash quick. This is a sweater, and I'm pretty sure it's called the Simple Summer V-neck sweater. And I'm not sure who the designer is. Heidi Kiermaier comes to my mind, but I don't know if that's true. Simple Summer V-neck sweater. And I wear this all the time, except this summer it's been dirty in my dirty clothes, dirty knitting bin. And I got just tired of not being able to wear it, so I thought, let me just throw it in. I wear it like a sweatshirt, which means it got actually dirty. It got food on it, you know, the sleeves. It was actually dirty. So I took a risk and put it in my washer on hand wash quick. And it's worked, it's clean, and it hasn't shrunk or anything like that. The yarn is a recycled yarn that I bought years ago in Barcelona. And it reads like cotton a little bit, although it was more fun to knit with than cotton. But it is a recycled yarn, and it has a bunch of other things in it, and I'm not sure exactly what. But it did not change the shape or the size of the sweater, so I'm very tickled about that. Good to know, because I'd have been sad if I'd ruined it. But I hadn't worn it all summer. So I gave it a try, and look at that. It needs to be gleaned desperately. But yeah, a pretty simple summer V-neck sweater. And it's great for for me, it's like a schleppy sweater. And this is one that I almost always bring with me in our travels, because you always need a sweater, even if it's just for the airplane. But, you know, nights in the Serengeti get cold, a little chilly. You need a sweater. So anyway, this is one I often took when I was traveling. And I really love it. And it's funny because as I was laying it out, I said to myself, oh, this is one of my favorite sweaters, you know, because I kind of narrate what I do in my mind because I'm going to talk to you about it. And I made myself chuckle because how many times have I said, this is one of my favorite sweaters? I have quite a few favorite sweaters. I'm lucky in that way. So anyway, all right, so it's not quite 5 minutes. Well, I showed the gizmo. It's in the 50s out here, but the sun is warm and I am comfy. So I redid my intro. You didn't get to see the flowers in their glory. I need to change that water because I had already taken the red ones out, but what are you going to do? Also, my flowers, look at this. These are not doing well. They were looking like they needed to be watered, so I watered them. It didn't help. I think it got pretty cold last night. It was 37 when I got up this morning, so it may have done in some of the flowers. But some of them are still doing okay. Yeah, and my mom's flowers are dead. So I need to dispose of them, I guess. I never did pull them out into vases, but I had these beautiful flowers inside, and I was enjoying them outside, so I'll leave it at that. Oh, there's my view. Good morning, it's Barbara. I fluffed my hair today. I'm sitting far back. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is my Trove sweater. This is the sweater I can never remember the name of, but I had to look it up the other day because I wore it the other day. I almost put a different sweater on, but it was too heavy. And it's going up to 70 today. So I thought, oh, but if I'm cold, I can wear my brand new road trip cowl. Anyway, good morning. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It is a gorgeous day. Apparently, we're going to have nothing but gorgeous days for quite a while, and I'm not complaining, although we could use some rain. We're in a fire hazard now, apparently, so that's not nice. And we're full on fall. The trees are changing. Although our maple's a little late, it's changing at the very top. We have one maple, big old maple, that gets really, really red. Really red. It's gorgeous. We have, we live in a beautiful part of the country in the fall. This is the kind of place people live if they love the seasons. We get all the seasons. So yesterday I read a book. I confess, I read another Veronica Speedwell, and I think there's one more, and I'm probably going to read it before I read my Kevin Hearns that I have. But I finished it like at 9 o'clock last night. And so I said, and I could tell that my eyes were tired, and, it was blurry, and I'm like, ugh, I got to get off this damn phone. So I tried to find something to watch on TV, and I did not. I should have gone to YouTube, and I didn't. And that was my mistake, but I'll do that today. In fact, I already watched Christy's Floss Tube this morning while I was grinding my coffee. I should have gone to YouTube because I have a watch list that I need to watch. And that's funny, I can smell these flowers. Really interesting. So I said, well, I told everybody I was going to work on my sweater. I was going to split for the sleeves. So I picked up my sweater and I knit a couple more rows, and then I split for the sleeves. And knit another row after I split for the sleeves. So I'm ready to go. And now it's knit, knit, knit. Now the pattern says, knit 56 rounds. I'm not counting. So I'm going to knit for just a little while. It's got a lot of stitches, although not nearly as many as it did before I split for the sleeves. Because I took 150 or more stitches out of the, off the needle by splitting for the sleeves. But it's still a lot. It's, probably 350. That's my guess. At least 300, 350. Anyway, so now I'm just knitting. I've split for the sleeves. I do one of these days have to go find the other yarns I'm going to use. Valerie says I can use fingering held double if it's not a fine fingering. But I thought that was what DK was. Isn't DK fingering held double? So I don't know. I can hold it double and just look at it next to the actual yarn. It's probably very close, actually. But we shall see. As long as it's not a light fingering. And that would be good, because dealing with the 2 strands instead of 3 is a lot easier. So I'm going to be doing a little shopping in my stash. And I will continue to knit. And so that was fun. So now I'm knitting on my Montrealer. which I'm very excited about. And I'm so happy that I'm very excited about it. I really am. I don't know what I do with this phone. Hold on. Is that better? I get the screen so dirty that, you know, the camera is like, whatever. Anyway. I'm so happy to be excited to be knitting. And I wish I had something that I wanted to watch on my TV, and I could not find anything. I didn't even want to watch the last couple episodes of Monsieur Spade. I had watched 4. I think it's number 5 I'm getting ready to watch. I don't know, maybe it's 4. I'm not sure. Anyway, whatever. I didn't feel like watching it. I tried to rewatch some things that I knew I liked. I didn't want to watch them. So I just turned the TV off and knit for a while, and then I went to bed. But I should have put YouTube on. Oh well, I won't make that mistake. And I will probably watch the British Baking Show today. And I'm not sure what else. She doesn't mind. She'll sit there and watch knitting podcasts. So I might just watch some knitting podcasts. I don't know. But then I will be knitting. But I might just be reading. And then I'm not knitting while I read. I will be doing cooking today. Dennis requested chili paneer today, and which is one of the dishes I cook. And it's a mutter paneer recipe. And paneer is a fresh cheese that Dennis makes. And it's basically just milk heated up to a temperature. I don't know what it is. Add acid. He uses citric acid. And it curdles. And then you press it in a cheese press. And it comes out flat. And it's a very mild cheese. Boring, maybe. But it's in a lot of Indian dishes. And it's pretty easy for Dennis to make. And I love mutter paneer. That's what I buy whenever I used to go to Indian restaurants. I would always get mutter paneer. So this is, you know, basically the mutter paneer recipe, but adding in red and yellow and orange bell peppers to give it more, to de-emphasize the peas, because mutter paneer is paneer in a pea sauce. And peas have carbs. So I like peas in it, and I put peas in it, but just not too many. And I have red and yellow and orange peppers, which also have some carbs. And tomatoes, which have some carbs. So this is not a very super low carb meal, but it is not a high carb meal. And we don't eat it with rice. You would serve it with, the restaurants serve it with the rice. We don't eat it with rice. Anyway, I'm making that today. And I have to make fluff because we're out of fluff. So I'm doing some cooking today, and I'm not sure what else I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to go out and about. I put earrings on today, which means that I'm not planning on putting a mask on. We don't mask to be outside, so we don't mask to walk in the park. And I don't think I'm going anywhere besides that. I called in a prescription for Aura this morning, but I don't think it's going to be ready till Monday or Tuesday, so I don't think I have to go to a store today, unless there's no tomatoes for my dish. We shall see. Anyway, so that's what's happening with me. I'm going to be cooking today, maybe reading, definitely doing some knitting. And, yeah. But it is gorgeous out here. And I'm not even sitting really in the sun, so I'm fine. I could be spending time out on the deck. I'm spending time out on the deck. I might just sit here and knit. Could do that. So I'm feeling pretty good. I did my yoga. And I did my yoga yesterday. I'll do my yoga today while I upload you. I ground my coffee. So I did my upper body workout. Although it's not nearly as hard as it was in the beginning, because it finally occurred to me that I can't hold the grinder sideways. I need to hold it straight up and down so that there are more coffee beans actually hitting the grinder. Because when you tip it, then you know, the coffee beans go this way. And anyway, I realized it's very much more efficient to hold it straight up. And once I did that, it didn't take quite as long to grind the coffee. So maybe I should tip it again, get a better workout. I don't know. But my yoga is getting longer. I'm at 11 minutes. I was at 11 minutes yesterday. I'm not sure what I'll end up being. Eventually it'll be 15. But yeah. Chair yoga, it's called. And I'm enjoying it. And I think as much or more for the mental well-being as for the physical. Although I am stretching and I am feeling some muscles every once in a while, like, oh, oh. So, yeah. So that's what's with me. But I did knit. I'm very excited that this sweater can be washed in the washer. But it definitely needs to be gleaned. But it is my workhorse. Throw it in my bag, tie it around my neck, you know. And when I wear it at home, it makes me feel like I'm traveling. Which is also fun. All right, well, I'm done. Pearl's getting some frisbee thrown. So she's a happy puppy, which means Dennis is downstairs. And yeah, I'm ready to go. Please take good care of yourselves. I hope everybody's on the mend. Oh, fun for people. It's Rhinebeck today. I hope everybody's who went is having a wonderful time. We're going to be keeping an eye on Instagram and, you know, podcasts to see all the things. And I hope everyone that's there is having a wonderful time. I hope it's cooler. I hope it's cool so you can wear your sweaters. Please have a great time. Those of us who are home, take good care. Please heal up. Do your physical therapy. And, you know, take care of yourself. Do what you need to do to get better. I'm sending my healing thoughts. Please, please stay safe and stay safe.